Hello, Ectosage here on Sage Channel, and I decided to go ahead and load up one of my very old ships, probably almost a year old now, and just give a test with actually working turrets now, because of course when I first built this ship none of these turrets worked. Now if you'd like to see the full tour of this ship, there should be an annotation on screen to take you to the original video. You remember, this is a very old ship, almost a year old. There's going to be stuff in there that techniques and stuff I don't do anymore. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what these turrets look like. I did actually test this in Armageddon mode, and as you can see there, it looked pretty cool, but only really the back portion of the turrets were firing, not all of them. So I've gone ahead and made these little target dummies here that I have in front of me. This is basically just a square, or not a square, pardon, a sphere with a decoy in it. So I'm going to toss these at this thing, and all these turrets will of course target it and try to blow it out of the water. That's just a phrase, of course. So anyway, let's toss one, and you see here right away an insane hailstorm of bullets have emerged. And then of course the very second that the decoy is destroyed, the turrets immediately go back to their normal green pattern and stop firing. So I'm going to try to toss a few of these so we can just get a few more interesting arrays, because that's a pretty ridiculous array. Let's actually try to toss two. And you see here I've actually cut out the sound because there's a lot of popping sounds from so many Gatling guns firing at the same time that it was glitching out and very hard to listen to. And this footage is actually accelerated to about 500%. And that one, I think they were missing there for a long time, but they seem to have finally taken out. You can see there as the bullets go past it, the ones that miss, of course, crisscross each other and fling out. That's pretty dang insane. Let me try to get really close to it now. That way you can see what it looks like being close to it when all those turrets are firing. It's a bit silly. I'll, of course, be doing this again probably once they add missile launcher turrets, depending on how they work. If missile turrets work the way I want them, where they only target other large ships, and they change it so that way Gatling guns only really shoot at incoming missiles, well, then we're going to have some really interesting fights on our hand. But let's just take one of these. I'm going to toss it upwards like that. Yeah, that's sort of ridiculous. Let me just put one of these down, let's say maybe right above everything. That way we can see them fire pretty close to us and actually see how the block is destroyed by this many turrets. Yeah, that's kind of insane. Now, of course, I think I could probably get this ship to sort of self-destruct if I was to go ahead and take one of these beacon blocks. Let's go ahead and find one really quickly. There we go. And let's say put it, I think I can actually aim inside that window there and place it down inside like that. Did that work? No, it doesn't appear to have. But if I click and drag, yeah, suicidal ship. So you can see them here firing at the decoys in there, and this footage is actually at 8,000%. This took about 30 minutes actually. It was terribly slow, about a second every 4 seconds, or second frame every 4 seconds. Pretty damn insane, but interesting. Oh, it's done! It's done! Haha, it's done! For you might have even heard me speaking over that in post, but that was, I don't know, 30 seconds for you or something. For me, that was about a half an hour. The game was so laggy during all that shooting. You see all the the decoys in there. They're all heavily damaged. Wow. That's something else. Jesus, that's something else. Holy hell. And here we go, the turrets are all back to their normal. You can see some damage done along here. All these turrets attempting to shoot through. And of course the metal just bent. It never actually broke, and looks like it never broke anywhere actually. Yeah, that was pretty insane. That was pretty insane. Oh, also I think my sound is off because I did at one point actually turn off my sound for the game and Alt-Tab just to watch something, because it, yeah, like I said, it was 30 minutes from me. I wasn't going to sit there at a single screen for that long. Yeah, there's some serious damage to this ship, but nothing too bad. Wow, you can see some serious denting over there. Let's actually fly over to that. The game's a bit hard to control now. Let's buzz about to that. Yeah, you can see here the turrets are gone here. I think that was from an earlier impact, but this Well, they actually pushed the metal pretty much under those turrets. And of course, this is an older ship before I had conveyors and stuff in. Okay, let's do 2 more things, I think. While I'm farther away, I'm going to go ahead and post in a few more of those decoys. These decoy things here. And that way we can see the turrets firing from afar at stuff. So that should be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and I think just toss it right here. There we go. They're starting to line up and fire. And there we go. Once again, they took it out. Let's toss a few more because that was pretty cool. And you can see that they're very, very good at leading their target. It's actually pretty dang awesome to see them lead their target and just take it out like that. Let's toss one more directly at it. Wow, that's pretty dang awesome. Yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, there we go. That's about that. A completely impractical ship, but a lot of fun to watch it fire. I actually couldn't even turn off my UI there for most of that. Let's just end it, shall we, with like 1 or 2 more tosses, and yeah, why not? And as I put these in, you can see the turrets switching targets a few times, targeting whichever one's closest to each turret. It's pretty cool, and of course you can see, because a lot of them did switch targets, there was that big volley that sort of fired at one, and then they of course switched to different targets. It's pretty awesome. And of course, as per usual, once the target's destroyed, the bullets are sort of just going through the empty space, creating those interesting sort of twisted looking patterns. It's all pretty damn awesome. And here you can see the footage speeds up a bit too much, I guess, for this part, but I left it because it just looks awesome to see all those bolts streaming in. It's beautiful. Anyway, that's all she wrote, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.